Hello, we're back on the Virus channel. This time for another interview with Syko.
Yo, what's up?
Yo. The first question for everyone is, what's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Probably I would say Whataburger. That or Chick-fil-A.
What's your order from both of them?
Lately I get the Southern Bacon chicken sandwich from Whataburger, and then I just get the deluxe from Chick-fil-A. I also fuck with Raising Cane's. I really love chicken, so this period.
Is Whataburger's just like a southern thing, right?
I don't know. It's like Louisiana style. That's what it says on the menu. I think so. But yeah, it's really fire. It's really fucking spicy. I fuck with it.
Yeah. Okay, so how old are you? Where are you from? And what was it like growing up there?
I'm 21. Come from Texas. Born and raised. Growing up, I lived in a small city. I was originally from Dallas. And honestly, I grew up in a trailer park. And only till I was 5, but it was very kind of rough edged, but you made it out, so it wasn't that hard.
And when you moved out of there, where did you move to?
Just the normal, not like suburbs, but just middle class living, type shit. Oh, yeah, and then apartments, and then now I'm in the burbs, so.
And do you enjoy living in Texas?
Yeah. I love it here. The only thing I don't like is like the crazy laws, but like it's my home, it's where my family's from. So, and plus I love the people. Everyone's kind, super nice. The food's good. So, and the music, the culture here in like Austin is really nice. So, yeah, a lot of opportunities out for like new artists, like South by Southwest and all that shit.
Oh shit, yeah, I always forget about that.
Yeah, really good shit out there.
Is there any other state you'd want to live in?
Oregon, but like when I'm older, when I become like massively like experienced in music, like when I'm like 40 and I quit, I kind of want to become an A&R and just like foster kids that are naturally talented, kind of like me, and just see the future for them and shit like that, and just keep it low key in Oregon.
Where
Portland, Oregon specifically. It's at the top.
Like north?
Kind of by Canada, top left.
Oh,
I think. Yeah, I think.
And what was it like going to school in Texas?
It's fun. People are nice. It's just don't cross lines, I guess, whatever. But, it's really fun.
And what type of kid was you in school? Did you enjoy school?
Well, growing up, I kind of like in elementary, not really, but like in middle school started becoming like kind of funny, I guess. So I started getting more friends, and then I did sports. So like everybody knew me, and I went to 2 different elementaries. So everybody that went to middle school, both of them kind of knew me on both sides of school. So kind of linked up with people, and then I met new people through sports. And then in high school, everyone just kind of knew me. I wasn't like popular, but everyone just, they knew my name and shit. So.
And what sports are you playing?
I did track and football, surprisingly enough. I like track mainly. I'm really fast for whatever reason.
That's fine. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so how old are you when you first started making music?
14, but I was producing dubstep, and that shit was ass.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I started doing vocals 15, 16, 17, 3 years ago. So when I was 17, on Christmas, actually. Yeah, I was recording on Skull Candy earbuds on a shitty freaking all-in-one HP all-in-one computer. That's how Brooklyn Hyperpop was made, is on that shit. But yeah.
And so at 13, what or who inspired you to actually start?
All my like peers, with the uprising hyperpop scene, of course, and just my, influences like Skrillex, Mogan Heap, bands like Sason, Deftones, Title Fight. I'm missing a shit ton of shit, but you'll never get to heaven, shit like that. That's really kind of just been the motive of what I've been trying to accomplish. Like my influences right now, like Skrillex and shit, kind of been based around me trying to just evolve sound, because that's kind of his purpose. So, I kind of want to just influence sound, whether it be vocally, synthesizing, whatever. I just want to be a part of it.
So those artists you named there, was there any other artists you was listening to growing up?
Oh yeah, the main part of it was X. That's mainly like the dude that got me to get off my ass, surprisingly enough. Like, after he sadly passed, it kind of like clicked to where, you can't be listening to people anymore. There's only so much to learn off of other people. Time for you to be, the back for people to look at. And then that's when like I started making music in like this shitty ass freaking I don't know, duplex. Yeah, the shitty ass duplex. And when I was living with my dad, like in the summer of 2017 or 18. And ever since, yeah.
And when you was younger, was everyone listening to the same stuff you was listening to, or was you listening to like different shit?
Well, in Texas, everyone kind of listened to different shit. Like, I had friends that listened to Moneybagg Yo, to NBA Youngboy, to Lil Uzi Vert, and stupid shit like, I don't know, Blood on the Dance Floor, shit like that. I had different kinds of people that had different kinds of music. And I had some people that liked EDM like me, and I clicked with them a lot, showed them shit, showed me shit, and I just think that's a cool part of music, just showing people shit, and
Yeah, facts. And when you was young, did you know music was always something you wanted to do?
Oh yeah, definitely. Ever since I was I would say 8. I'm not gonna bullshit and say I was 5. That whole bullshit, that people say. But I was around 8. At the beginning, I wanted to be like, a nurse or a cop. Someone to like just protect people. That's what I thought about at first. But when I became serious with my mind, I was like, damn, I want to be these people on stage, and like I would see their mannerisms on stage and how they would perform, and see all the cool lights and crowd control and all that shit, and just cool to study, really. And I just really got in touch with it at a young age. I don't know why. It's just always really caught like an awe in me.
Yeah, I agree. And what's some advice you would give to artists who are just starting out?
Get a friend group. Start off naturally. Don't try to do this shit to be cool or popular. That's never the goal. If that's your motive, you're going to burn out. You're going to crash. You can only go so fast before you hit the wall, So do this shit naturally. Do it with friends, especially once you have like competitive competition to people who are around your like power level, I guess. That's when shit like starts becoming like amped and creative noises start to bounce off people. That's how the hyperpop scene started, So get a collective, whoever, niche with them, find who's cool, click.
That's some good advice.
Yeah.
So what was the inspiration behind your name? Obviously it's pronounced Syko, but obviously it's not spelled how everyone thinks of Syko. So what was the thought process behind that?
It started from a Halo 3 clan when I was 8 that my brother's friend started, but he sadly passed away. And so like I keep it as like symbolism, because he wanted to do music, so I kind of do that. But it's originally from a Halo 3 clan.
Yeah, that's actually fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm gonna ask about Brooklyn Blood Pop. I want to know everything. So it has over 200 mil just on Spotify alone. And okay, so the first question is, when you made this song, did you know you had a hit?
The funny thing about it is that song was supposed to be scrapped. And I know some people will be like, why? That shit was so like ahead of its time. And I'm not trying to gas myself up. I'm really not. But like I had like Cougar, I had Angelus, I had people that, you know, I played them this shit because we were all showing each other shit. This is when like we were in Bloodhounds and all that. And they were like, you have to finish this. This is not something you can walk away from. So I kind of like left it there for 3 months, just kind of like at the look at Crystal clipping my gun, and at that I didn't know what to say. After that, it was just like so nuanced that I was like, what the fuck? And then like I worked on it. I started working on it in January, and it didn't get released till July of that month, or later that year. My fault.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so that shit, it took like 8 months to make that, and yeah, surprisingly to Kuru and all them, you know, if there's really anyone to thank, it's really them. I was gonna scrap that shit.
But when you initially finished it, was you like, okay, everyone's telling you this is fire, and you finally finished it, was you like, okay, this is a hit?
At the time, I was in like fully grind mode. I was like trying to just drop a song every month, trying to click with like the biggest artists at the time that were around me. I really didn't see it as like a big picture until like I started seeing other people from the hyperpop scene, like 8485 or 8405, like commenting shit like, "Oh my god, this is amazing," you know what I mean, and shit like that. Seeing just like a positive reaction from just my peers, you know. That was really just, that's when I was like, oh my god, this possibly is something, you know.
Yeah.
But it had a lot of fans love it at first, but that was really weird that I never thought that was the case with, you know, it being a hit. I saw it more of like my peers being admired by it, so I was like, oh shit, then shit's fire, you know.
Yeah. And so at what point after, okay, so you had it, everyone was hyping it up to you. How long after it released was you like, whoa, this is a smash or gonna be a smash?
I don't know around the timing, probably around right now, but I would say when it hit around 400,000, that's when it really started to pick up, and like really like people started getting there related. It was on the front of Soundcloud. I was on Soundcloud, you know, playlist. I was playlisting really well. And that one, and like, it really didn't click to me to like, again, another person from the scene, Mumlock, was like, bro, this shit is going viral. And I was like, yeah, it's going good. What do you mean it's going good? It's got like 500,000. What do you mean it's 500,000? Do you even know? Like, and then when you like finally got me to like snap, that's when I finally was like, oh shit, this shit is crazy. You know, you never really know or like feel it till after, I would say, till everything's calmed down, you know, and then you're like, wow, that was really a moment in fucking time. That's fucking crazy, you know. But sometimes you low-key kind of get in a way where you're like I don't really, like, myself, I don't know if I can handle all that weight, you know. But it's cool, you know, it's all cool shit.
So after, let's say, whenever it hits over 1 million, say, what was your first like initial thoughts at that point?
I wanted more. That was always my first thought. I want 10 million. I want 20 million. I want 60 million. You know, and even still now, I want 1 billion. You know, I don't even. For me as an artist, I don't know why. I just need to rack up as much as I can. I don't know why. It's not like a peer thing. It's not like it's a me thing or a fan thing either. It's just a me thing. Like, I gotta prove that I'm just the best. I don't know why. But yeah.
That's interesting. So, how would you say the impact of a song has positively impacted your life, and also, if at all, negatively?
Positively, as in, like, I get to meet the girl on the cover art, Emma. I get to meet other cool people that I've never met before, like creators, influencers, shit like that. I get to talk to like crazy people, or, you know, have events or special things that, I don't know, it's really cool. The negative side would be like crazy fans, you know, people trying to track my IP, shit like that. Obsessive people. But usually never bad. I can handle shit like that. It's really just trying to get to come to grips with all this, really, that has really kind of been the hardest for me for some reason. Like, I really can't really acknowledge it. Like, I kind of just put it off in the back of my head. I kind of realize it at points, but I kind of keep it tucked, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And obviously SoundCloud's great and everything, but when you saw it was number 1 on the Spotify viral charts, what was you thinking at that point?
Well, it also hit the Spotify US number 2. That when it hit that and the SoundCloud shit, I was like, holy shit. And then it also reached like top 5 Shazam in the world or some shit. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. But there was like so much shit happening at that time. Like, I was getting hit up from like all major labels. I was being talked to by like Sony CEO and shit like that. It was very like, I couldn't really enjoy it because there was so many people trying to take it away from me. That makes sense. So yeah. So there's a whole thing with like the whole label shit too. But yeah.
And I think I would say that song is probably as big as a song can be without being on Billboard. And since that came out, have you noticed like other songs from SoundCloud being influenced by that song? Trying to replicate it?
No. I mean, I've seen like a couple people like from Japan that I've tried to like I've had fans that send me shit that's like, oh, those dudes, they can copy you. And I'm like, oh shit, you know. In the beginning, kind of being mad, but now it's just, you know, it's just flattering. It's just like, oh shit, I had an impact at a point in time, you know, that people like are trying to keep going. You know, it shows influence. And as an artist, you know, I appreciate that, you know?
Yeah. And what made you go with the song name?
Brooklyn Hyperpop?
Yeah.
It came from just the aura of the song, or like the feeling of the song. And the feeling of the song that I just had thought in mind was just smashing mailboxes and shit like that. But the reason why it's called Brooklyn is because I'm near New Jersey. So I was just like, oh, Brooklyn. So Brooklyn Hyperpop. So, and then the blood, I don't know, it's because the hands, and then the pop, that was just because of the intro.
Interesting. So you mentioned Emma there. So did you have the cover before the song was before the song was made, or before the title was even done?
Yeah, actually, yeah. She was like completely like molded around the song. That's why like I think some of the song is kind of impactful because of her, because it was kind of molded around her, you know, and it's kind of around her peak too. And like her shit with Corpse and all that was happening. So that song was just gassed all around, you know, like a well lit fire. Shit was just perfect timing.
And had you ever spoken to her before the song came out, or before you made the song?
Yeah. Well, she had like 10,000 followers. Yeah.
Oh, but
I asked her permission. That's the only reason why I'm allowed to use it, and her and me and Corpse are allowed to use her stuff. But because I asked her before like everything blew up, and she was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And she even like was like, "Oh my god, I needed a new SoundCloud cover, guys," and all that shit. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, so I want to ask you about actually creating the song. What was that process like?
Very fucking hard. Very hard, because in the start of like the music scene, you're trying to be like your peers, because you know they're making crazy fucking shit. And around this time, literally the most heat shit was dropping. You got Osquin dropping fucking crazy shit. You got fucking Saturn dropping Go Right There Go. You know what I mean? So I'm just watching this shit, and like I'm not getting mad, but I'm like, I need to do something. Like these motherfuckers are going crazy right now. So I just had to sit there, and then, you know, the process was very hard because it was so nuanced, such a new sound. But once I figured it out, I got rid of the whole like look after the clip of my gun, whatever part. It was just smooth sailing after that. I got the samples right. The sample with the Suwu shit, all that shit. It just came naturally after that. But I was stuck for a very long time on it.
And was it recorded in a studio?
All home.
And what mic and DAW was you using?
What mic was I using? I think I was using a I don't want to say a newer V700, but I think it might have been. Was there a question there?
What mic was it used, and what mic did you use to record it, and what DAW did you use?
I used FL Studio 20, and then I used, I think, just a newer BW700. I think that sound was saved just by mixing, to be honest, and with my Scarlett. But I think I had the world's shittiest mic on that one, to be honest.
And everything was engineered by you?
Yeah.
Yo, you must have had these labels in a frenzy. Like, some dude has just made this from his bedroom, like, no studio. You got, like, the biggest song in the fucking world. They must have been mind blown.
Yeah, then they got disappointed when I walked away. They were like, we don't get it. We don't understand. Why? My manager was like, because you're not really offering him anything game-changing. Like, you're just offering him the same label Shabazz. He needs something, like special for him to show that he's a different artist. And that's kind of what I want. Like, they respect me, you know, they kind of get on your dick a little bit, you know, they dick ride, you know, oh my God, dude, nobody could write like this. He starts gassing you up like that. But it's not just words. You got to realize that it's a business. You can't allow words to get in your emotions. And thank God I wasn't like a kid during this time. Like, if I was like 17, 16, I could see why so many people get caught up in stupid shit with these people. You know what I mean? But yeah. Thank God I like knew what was going on. I had Nimlock. He was basically telling me all the statistics of what was going on with the song and all that shit, and why I shouldn't sign to this label because like there's no point, you know. So, yeah.
That's crazy. So still now you're still unsigned?
Yeah, I got like a couple deals in place with like my management, DistroKid, TikTok, shit like that. God. But I don't have anything where I'm owned or like my creative ability is like owned by anybody. Everything's by me still.
That's fucking insane. So before the song, you already had a manager? Oh no, you didn't.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God.
So the same managers I have 6 now. And it was after the song blew up. And I'm signed to the same managers as Emma, the girl on the cover. Her managers are my managers. Yeah.
Damn, that's so insane.
Yeah.
Okay, I always wondered this. And I'm sure you'll be able to shed light on it. But why isn't it a music video?
Because I'm very picky. I want something very like perfect. If it's not perfect, I don't want anything. You know, my managers were giving me like shit about that too. There's 2 versions that exist already. It's just that I'm not like happy with them. You know. Is there one on the way? Yeah. I just want it done by like someone like JMP or someone like of that league. I got other videos on the way with other people that are like, you know, underground, you know, shit like that. But yeah.
Could you name any labels that sent you, offered you anything?
Practically every label besides Interscope and Def Jam. Practically. Besides like, you know, country labels and all that and R&B labels, but even some R&B labels were offering for me. But I'm not can't sign to R&B label as a pop singer. It doesn't make sense. You kind of fuck yourself over with that. Sony was the ones that wanted me the most. They're the ones that wanted me the most. They were willing to fucking give me anything in the world. But yeah.
So obviously you're not signed, but if the deal was right, you would sign?
Yeah, you're gonna ask which one? If it was right?
Yeah.
Probably Atlantic. That's always been my dream ever since I was a kid, is to be signed by Atlantic. Because Skrillex, Bruno Mars, all like the elite artists are signed to Atlantic. Now it's Interscope, but you know.
And you have all this success, you've blown up, and you still kind of stay low key. Is that on purpose for marketing, or is that just how you are?
Low key both, but more just how I am as a person. I like being known, kind of like with the school shit, but I don't like being popular. You know, I kind of like if the terms and condition works out for that, cool. But like if it like diminishes my life in any way, I can't do it. I like going to the store, I like going shopping, I like doing all that stuff, you know. Kind of sucks because like my whole brand is kind of like my face, kind of a little bit. But you know, I do like it because I have been recognized before, and I've never got any weird experiences in public. But you know,
would you personally say you're low key?
In general, like as a person,
Yeah,
I tend to keep to myself, even with like the scene and all that. Like I'm just a low key guy.
Okay, so when you actually started making music, you said it was like the EDM kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is that a lot different to what Brooklyn Blood Pop is?
I would say not, because I'm also inspired by Chief Keef, and like that's kind of also where that shit came from too. It's just kind of like a blend with Skrillex and Chief Keef in a way. So just I don't know, feeling myself, talking about stupid shit, ignorant shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got it kind of from X, Chief Keef, Uzi, a little bit of that.
I don't know, we just spoke about it for however long, but are you annoyed with all the questions with that particular song? Because
no.
you just get thousands every day.
Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of people get annoyed because like they feel like, oh, I'm never going to leave this song. This song's always going to be a part of me. Everyone's going to talk about it forever, you know. I'd be lying if I wouldn't say it kind of gets like that, but then you kind of like have to be a grown up and be like, this is, everyone loves this, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, can't diminish your work because other people like it. It's kind of opposite minded.
Yeah, facts. And this might be a stupid question, but what's your favorite song that you've made?
Somewhat unreleased. Right now would be Eyesore. I wrote that like about somebody, so that's very like hits at home for me. And then Candy, I say Candy because that's like epitome of like the Syko sound. It's kind of what I base my sound from. And then probably like, I don't know, some of my rap and shit like Makoto or something. But unreleased, I have a ton of rock songs that I really enjoy of mine.
Do you still like Brooklyn Blood Pop? 'Cause I'm sure you've heard it like a billion times.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like sometimes when I play it, like when it pops on or something, you know, sometimes, you know, even if you don't like my vocals, the beat slaps. You know what I mean? It's something about that song, whether you like me or you like the producer's part, whatever, it slaps. You know, it just slaps. So, I don't know. I like it. I enjoy it. I would say it's my favorite. I would say it's my best commercial-based song. Like when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, this shit sounds professional as fuck. Like this sounds like an actual like record. You know?
Yeah.
And I think it's aged that well, to be honest. I feel like before that, it didn't feel like that. I feel like with all the growth and stuff, now it feels matured. You know, I kind of like that about that record. Because at first it didn't feel, at least to me, it didn't feel mature. It felt everywhere. And now that like it has its notoriety and its place in the world, that's just what it is. It has its place, you know?
Yeah. And someone asked me to ask you this, but is there you kind of mentioned it when you first mentioned the Skrillex at the start, but is there a certain sound you'd like to achieve as like an end goal, or maybe that you haven't done yet?
Right now, I kind of want to get to a point where I can just pull out any genre, any specific time, and just do it. Besides like maybe country or like Christian or whatever, stuff like that. But I just want to be able to do it all, but with such ease. Like I want to be able to like make hits or just tapping into any genre, you know, for myself. With the sound part of it, I just want to show people that like music can be attainable and achievable by like literally any means. Like, you know, other people have done it, but I kind of want to lead by example in a way on that, you know. So my music's kind of different from even the hyperpop shit.
So what genre would you say you actually do make?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I hear synthcore, I hear hyperpop, I hear EDM hip hop. I've heard hood EDM. I've heard stuff like that. I don't know. I like that my music can't be placed anywhere. You know, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It shows that like people are like always trying to figure out what the fuck it is.
Okay, I think you are actually the perfect artist out of any artist ever to ask this question to. But what are your opinions on TikTok?
TikTok is the main drive in terms of main commercial music right now. Every 6 months, that's what my manager tells me, the music algorithm changes. So now it's TikTok's turn. So sadly, whether you like it or not, everything's, you know, even with YouTube and stuff like that, is going to be short, you know, content now, even with songs and all that and albums and like that. I don't know. I guess it's just more digestible. But with TikTok, I would say people hate it because of the trend aspect of it and like how overplayed songs get. But if it's a good enough record, I don't think that really matters. I think it's the same pace as like a radio record, you know, or the same concept of a radio record, just in a new age concept. And in my aspect, my song did do as good as like a radio song. So, you know, in my position, it's super beneficial, super positive. I can see how it's super annoying in other people's eyes, but like it really helps music as a whole. You know, music's not really, it really wasn't going anywhere algorithm wise beforehand, you know. And I don't know, I kind of like how there's something picking up with, you know, underground people.
Are there any TikTok tips that you could share?
Just find the algorithm, figure out like, you know, what your music fits best with. Like mine's anime shit. So I target those, you know, communities, those people, those type of people that, you know, fuck with my music. And also I make sure they enjoy my music. You know, you don't want people to force sludge music down, you know, their people's or their communities, you know, windpipes, and they don't like it. So you got to find somewhere where you mold with and you can promote your music in like a positive way. And for me, that's been, you know, that community, the AMV, and like edit people and, you know, just TikTok people and just fans really now.
And would you say TikTok is a necessity as an upcoming artist?
No, I would say no. I would say TikTok's going to come and go, just like every other thing, just like radio. I would say if you have the ability as an artist with talent, and you also have the drive and the people around you that are not bullshitting about your dreams and are as focused about their dreams as you, I would say anything's pretty much possible, you know?
Yeah, that's facts.
No, it seems kind of cliche, corny, but it really kind of is true. Really is.
Yeah, it is.
Just a lot of people miss out on the positive people part. You got to have positive people around you. If those people start shaking up, they get into drugs, they're getting into crime, you're also going to get shooken up by it. You're going to get off your momentum by it because you're too busy focusing on somebody else's bullshit. You got to be continuously, you know, for me, I didn't see a change till 3 years, you know, so you got to continuously, and I was dropping every single month for the entirety of like the last 2 years of that.
Yeah.
Consistency. It's consistency too. I would be lying if I didn't say that. It's consistency too.
And okay, I'm really interested in this. What are your opinions on hyperpop?
In the beginning, it was kind of like everybody else's. I kind of hated it because it was kind of like a label, kind of attempt to group us all into the same bracket by giving us like a brand, right? But to be honest, I like it now because like it gives people somewhere to look for our music as a whole. Like people that never knew of, you know, somebody in the underground, I knew it because they were in the Hyperpop playlist. I'd say it kind of benefits us all as like a community now. I don't know for everybody. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's too like congested now with so many Hyperpop artists. But I would say that's a good thing. I would say people creating is always a good thing.
And do you think Hyperpop is in a good place right now?
No, because the community is in shambles. Everyone's too busy doing their own shit, which is good. You know, everyone wants to prove their worth, prove that they don't need anybody else, which is cool. I respect it, but like as a community, if we want our genre to survive and to continue being in people's ears, the way that it has been for the last 2 years. The reason that was is because we were pushing it as a group, and people follow momentum, you know. So, or they follow waves, you know. And the waves usually started by like the tweet shit that we used to do at the beginning, or you know, hyping up Delete Zeke, or you know, shit like that, shit that got everyone together. And oh shit, what did Delete Zeke drop? Not nobody does that. Nobody does that anymore. But it could come back. I just feel like people are just trying to prove themselves, which is good. It's not bad. But I just hope people don't forget about that community aspect. I would say that's kind of like what hyperpop is. That's what differentiates between a pop artist and a hyperpop artist is the community. You know?
That's well said. And who do you be listening to in the scene, like right now? If anyone?
Dollywood, Saturn, some other people that I have to look at my SoundCloud, but mainly Dollywood and Saturn, mainly. Especially Saturn's new shit. Oh my god, that shit's so fucking good. Jesus Christ. But I tend to try to look around. Bonsai, Rose Leaves. I still listen to Osquin from time to time. Celine Diana, Susie. Funeral is a new addition that I've been jamming. Like his new, I didn't listen to him before, sadly, but his new EPs that he's been dropping. Heat, Tropes, Noskov, Zeke, always, right? But yeah, just those type of people.
Is there any artists that you haven't worked with from the scene that you would like to?
Yeah, I would like to work more with Dolly, Saturn, of course. There's a ton. I would like to work with Funerals, Tropes, Roxas more. I'm down to work with anybody as long as it fits well with my sound. It's kind of really hard to though, because sometimes I'm very picky with my work, and a lot of people like take it that I don't want to release things, but it's like I'm very picky. Like I'm a perfectionist, or I try to be.
And can anyone get a Syko feature? Like, do you have to pay? Like, if they don't know you, can someone buy a Syko feature?
Yeah, but they're extremely high. But you can't work with me. I'm not signed. It's just like my managers, they kind of get on my ass about it. I get chewed out because they're like, "What the fuck? You're supposed to be percentage based." Because what the fuck? But like, I can do whatever I want, you know, right now. But I mean, if it's Dolly, anyone that I'm cool with, I know that's not like done anything stupid in the past or fucked up, then yeah, of course, you know, fuck with your sound, fuck with my sound, why not?
That's fair.
Yeah, for sure.
And okay, so I know you like video games. Give me your top 5 video games of all time.
Like my favorite right now, or all time?
All time.
Metroid Prime on the GameCube, Zelda Wind Waker on GameCube, Time Slayer, Halo 2 is probably my favorite game ever created. Yeah, I like all kinds of shit, really. Right now it's Apex, got into Orange Box when I was a little, Portal, Team Fortress, shit like that. The CSGO a little bit. I'm getting into Valorant right now, but I would say top is Halo, Wind Waker, probably Metroid Prime, to be honest.
What do you think to the new Halo?
It's pretty ass. It's pretty ass. They had anything like 8 months with it, and then like they're releasing shit that's not even like out yet. I don't even know how that works, but Halo's in a sad state right now. It's a beautiful game. The game mechanics are nice. It's just like, shit, man. Do something with it. But Apex is fun. I've been really into that. Like, that's all I fucking play all the time. So pretty much that's probably my old time right now. Probably Apex. I got 3,000 fucking hours on Apex.
Oh my god.
That's fucking crazy.
What about, you don't fuck with Fortnite?
Fortnite, yeah. I fuck with it. I respect Fortnite.
What do you think to sprinting in Halo? Do you think Halo just shouldn't have sprinting at all? Like Halo 3 and Halo 2?
Nah, I think it should adapt. I think that like people saying that sprint should exist in it is kind of stupid. I think it adds to it. You get to places faster. I would say that at the time to kill is a lot faster, of course, and sometimes you just feel like you're getting splatted, but I think that's fun, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like games have to adapt. I feel like they have to sometimes gain the mechanics.
Yeah, that's true. And do you be watching Portal speedruns?
I used to when I was little, but I fucking love Portal. Yeah, I was just playing it before the interview.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
And what are some other things you do outside of making music besides gaming?
I try to build PCs, but no luck at that right now. I draw. I read sometimes. What I read kind of is like metaphysics, psychology, shit like that. I'm really into like the mind and how the mind works, and like music too, like with the whole frequency and all that stuff. I try to like see what that is to kind of see if I can make it involved with my music in some way. But usually it's just cool shit I learn. So that's all it really is. But it's still cool. It's still cool shit. But yeah, I'm kind of I just read, study shit, do music, and play games. Really. And, oh yeah, go shopping and eat. That's mainly it.
And are there any animes or mangas you're enjoying at the moment?
I'm very like weirdish with anime. Like my favorite's Naruto, but like if you're talking about like what I currently always watch is like early 2000 animes like Elfen Lied, Inuyasha, Moving Castle. I really like the early 2000 animes. Shit like Studio Ghibli, shit like that. I really fuck with shit like that.
And what are your plans and goals for 2022?
I don't really know. Just keep it low key. I have a big song coming out, like a big one. Not this one tonight, but I'm gonna drop the one that everybody wants called Syko pretty soon, and hopefully that does well, super well, because it's my most anticipated snippet. And I get asked about it every single fucking day. With that, like being released after that, I kind of want to start doing rock shit. I start trying to see if like, and that's something that I like want to do personally, as like an artist without like fame attached to it or anything. I just want to see like, because my fit matches well with shit like that. So, yeah, seeing if I can accomplish that. Keep the sound moving, basically.
And the song you said is most anticipated, when is that dropping? Do you have a like month maybe?
Probably the end of this month or the beginning of next month.
Oh, that's pretty soon.
I'm trying. The reason I was so pushed back so long is because I was trying to get Susie on it. Susie has a verse on it.
Oh,
but I had to get through Electric Records and all that shit. So yeah. But yeah.
And can you speak about the song that drops tonight?
Hot Topic. I was really sampled in it. I was going to use a different cover, but I decided this one because for some reason I've been in like this like Portal type of aesthetic with like stick figures and stuff like that. But Hot Topic, I've had that in the vault for 6 months. Dropping that finally, and just trying to get that out the way. Trying to get like a simple song that people fuck with. It's more of like a rap style that people like, kind of like the Brooklyn pop shit, and I think people are really gonna fuck with it since all of my usual shit.
And how long did it take you to make that song?
I would say a month, 2 months, not that long. That one came pretty easy to me.
And how, obviously, since you blew up, you kind of can't really drop as frequent as you was. How often do you try and aim to drop now?
Right now, my schedule is every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks?
Right now, yeah. Before it was every month, but right now I try to set it. That's why iSource drop in 2 weeks from Hot Topic, and then I'm trying to keep that kind of going at a consistent pace. So like I kind of keep my like presence,
Now, after you made Brooklyn Blood Pop, did you feel pressure for your next release?
Kind of, yeah. Because everyone low-key, like, you kind of get those, like, DMs. It's like, goddamn, bro. Not every record I make is going to be Brooklyn Blood Pop, bro. But, sometimes, like, that like, it doesn't get me mad. Kind of gets me sad. So I'm like, damn, But as an artist, you got to be open to criticism. Not everyone can enjoy every shit you make, especially with, like, a hit record. People are going to be expecting that wave. And sadly, I've always just been trying to just do new shit. So, you know. But now I like with Smosh, On My Block, Hot Topic, even ISO kind of. I've tried to been kind of making that reminiscent sound while trying to be influential at the same time.
Yeah, and after Brooklyn Blood Pop, how long did you wait to release another song?
Oh man, I think I released like a month later. I think I released that little EP. I released Broke Boy, Dallas Ramble, and what else? 11 Seconds in Heaven, Grave. Yeah.
And can you remember how many plays Brooklyn Blood Pop had when you released the next song at that time?
I wouldn't even say like plays. I wouldn't even say like 10K. I would say like it was like roughly like 6, 5.
Damn.
Yeah, I wasn't really that popping until like I really started like meshing with like Black Winter Wells and Glaive and starting to get my features up. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Yeah.
And was there a specific TikTok that really sent it up, or was it just everyone just started doing it? Everyone started using it.
The thing that really did it was that DJ girl shit with the anime where she's like pumping her hands in the air and she's like DJing. That's the thing that really set it off. And then after that, everyone started like doing the dances and stuff like that to it. And Charlie D'Amelio and Addison Rae, Speed, all those people started to just it's more and more and more. It's not just them. The chick from what's the show? Euphoria. She did a TikTok to it. That shit was just exploding. I don't know why. Shit was super viral.
Do you have any plans for any shows this year or any festivals this summer, maybe?
Yeah, I want to do pop-ups though. I want to see if like that could be a thing. But yeah, I do with like LA and shit. Yeah, in LA. I do want to go to New York though, but that's a whole different breed out there.
Yeah, for real. And I have a question. So obviously you literally had the fucking biggest song in the world, and this is your first like, I guess, audio interview. Why let me do the interview? Why not? Because I'm sure you had like bigger outlets offering to interview.
Because you don't have like a personal interest out of it. You're not trying to sign me. You're not trying to like, weasel your way into something or a connection or something like that. No, don't get me wrong. A lot of people that have, some of them are not. It's just like with you, it's just you uploaded it first. So it just seems natural, the whole process. And just, I feel like this is the most real and genuine way to, approach it and do the scene justice, Yeah.
I'm honestly so grateful that you agreed to it, honestly. I've been so like excited for this.
Yeah, it's my first interview, so I'm really nervous. But yeah, man, thank you for like giving me the platform and shit to speak.
Yeah, for sure. And is there anything else you want to say or anything you want to say that maybe I didn't, or anyone you want to shout out?
Shout out Saturn. His new fucking shit's gonna go crazy. My shit tonight, Hot Topic, drops at New York time, 11 Central. If you're Central time or whatever, it drops at 11. If you're in New York, 12 a.m. It's probably going to be out by the time this is uploaded. But go peep that shit. Thank you guys so much for fucking with my music, fucking with Virus, supporting all of us. Yeah, just thanks. That's all I can really say.
Okay, I got 2 more questions. First, Capo, is there anything you want to ask?
No.
I feel like I covered everything. Okay, so my second to last question is, even though you've achieved so much and you've done so much in like a small amount of time, do you still feel underrated?
In terms of my peers, yes, at points, but I feel like that's because I don't like show up enough around like
you're not as in the industry. I feel like
so I feel like that's kind of my fault. So like I really can't be mad at people. But yeah, I would say I'm underrated, but for good reasons. You know, not bad reasons either. I would say that it's all, you know, still pretty good. So I'm like right in like where I should be. Like I'm underrated, but like I got like a ton of
fucking crazy.
Yeah. So yeah.
And okay, the last question is, Syko, can you tell me what is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life is just love. I know it seems kind of corny, cliche, but I feel like if there's a creator, you know, some way, and you were to ask him that question, I feel like he would just simply tell you, he'd laugh at you, just be like, bro, it's just love. You know, that's kind of cliche, but I feel like the things that we do as like a cultural, as humanity, you know, whether it be music, food, shit that just brings us together is love, right? I feel like that's supposed to be the goal of the human race. It's supposed to be, but it's not.
That's a good answer. So yeah, I appreciate you coming on, doing this interview. Everyone go stream Hot Topic, and yeah, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Everybody go download Apex.
Love you all.